Hello, everyone. Welcome back to... Wait, I've never done this before. Anyway, this is the Undertale Deltarune newsletter. I've skimmed it. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot, but there's a new song, so you'll get my live reaction to that, I guess. Not live. I was going to do this for the live stream, but then I didn't, so... Because I realized, some of the people who come for Jackbox streams like this stuff, but then a lot of people that don't would have missed out on it, so here we are. It's autumn. You know what that means. Undertale's 8th anniversary. Very cute. It's Undertale's 8th anniversary. Sadly, I don't have much energy for a wild and crazy event this year. Doing a newsletter every 3 months is a bit like celebrating the anniversary all year. In other words, this year, I just want to go to sleep. How relatable. In celebration of this, Fangamer created commemorative Undertale sleepy-themed goods, which I've seen. It's basically like a blanket, some slippers, t-shirts. They're pretty nice. If I had money, I might buy them. What's the dog dreaming about? Watch the video. Thank you very much for reading this. It means an immense amount that so many people continue to care about the series over the years. Yay. Also this, which only really matters if you're going to buy the t-shirt and pajamas, but... yeah, I'm sure a bunch of people will. Deltarune Chapter 3 status update. Oh, is that a leaf? Lancer's killing a leaf. And Ralsei's like, actually, this is what rakes are for. Very cool. We're continuing work on Chapter 3. Wow, crazy. I would have thought Chapter 3 would be done, considering it was almost done, like, 2 updates ago, but... a lot of things have changed, apparently, so let's see. The chapter got playable from beginning to end. Nice. After some restructuring and reshuffling of different parts, it's feeling quite good to go through. Can't say it's finished yet, but the unfinished parts are certainly seeming less and less numerous. That's good, because try as I might to sleep, until the game is finished, I see nothing but nightmares. Cue image of Ice-E. Anyway. Earlier, we were considering having a stealth-focused section of the game where you would slowly sneak around certain areas. After developing some concepts, we realized the mechanic, which basically just makes you move slower, isn't necessarily fun, so we didn't do that. Anyway, feel free to listen to this song since it's now unused. Look at him go. I'll do that at the end. Toby Fox X Zune collab. I think that's how you pronounce that. It's the ToeHoe guy. I know that from King for Another Day. Zune, the creator of ToeHoe project, and I have created a musical track together. Our track will appear in the officially sanctioned ToeHoe series fan game, ToeHoe Danmaku Kagura, Fantasia Lost. You didn't see my official announcement about it, feel free to check it out here. Toby Fox, getting killed by bullets. Underwear ToeHoe is a game series where anime girls shoot gorgeous bullet patterns at each other while extremely beautiful Eurobeat-inspired Japanese music plays in the background. This great series has been a huge inspiration to me ever since I was in elementary school. It's no exaggeration to say ToeHoe series is the sole reason that Undertale and Deltarune have a bullet-based battle system. Yes. Not only that, but the instruments in Undyne's music are a direct reference to the game as well, which makes it kind of amazing that more than half of the track ended up being a remix of Undyne's music by Zune himself. Talk about a dream come true. This announcement video aired on a live ToeHoe Danmaku Kagura stream. The stream is actually quite cool, featuring live performances by many famous ToeHoe fan musicians, and even featuring Zune himself as MC. Also, I was there in the audience. Very nice. Toby's ToeHoe Adventure. This is exclusive for truck freaks. If you're not a truck freak, leave the video now. But I guess you have to skip ahead to go back and listen to the music. But anyway. So thanks for working on the track. The Danmaku Kagura team invited me to go to Japan and watch the live stream in person. After reaching the location, the staff brought me inside to a backstage area. We went past rooms where various performers were relaxing with their names written on the outside. Zune-sama. Marasi-sama? Cool and Create Sama, and finally Toby Fox Sama. Yes, I don't know why, but I had my own room, even though I wasn't doing anything. After a while, Zune appeared and I managed to talk to him for a bit. I had met him a couple times before, but it was so long ago that I lost all of my Zune-type EXP and had to start over from zero. So I play ToeHoe too much. I start to think of everything in terms of Danmaku. Like, if there's a crowd of people, I have to dodge all of them carefully while moving through them. Or if I'm driving a car, there's a bunch of traffic, I start to see the car like they're bullets. Haha, that's dangerous, yeah. Since you make the games, don't you think that way all the time? I guess. I do tend to think of everything in relation to ToeHoe. Can't be helped. So it was really, really, really kind and helped introduce me to other people playing in the band. So I was able to meet cool and creative people such as Cool and Create. Awesome. There's also this interesting guy called Beat Mario. His young kid was there, running around yelling stuff like, "I want to go home! I want to go home!" Soon after meeting for the first time, Beat Mario picked up his kid and pushed them into me, trying to get me to hold them. But I sort of just backed up repeatedly. His wife asked me if I was afraid of children, and I accidentally agreed because I misunderstood her Japanese and thought she asked if I was bad at holding kids. She then picked up the child and started spinning them around and making them do flips and said, "It's easy. Once they aren't babies, you can do basically whatever you want as long as you don't drop them." It was cool. It was essentially a free circus performance. Sorry, I know you're afraid of children. Wait, I'm not, but it was too late to correct myself, so they probably still think that. Afterwards, I met Marasi, an extremely talented piano player who posts many videos on YouTube of his performances. He was quite shocked to see I was there, and he showed me a video of him performing Megalovania like a virtuoso. Zune and I watched the entire performance for about 5 minutes and then applauded. It was surreal thinking a song I made for a throwaway project when I was 15 years old would eventually have a performance of its own. Performance of it shown to me and the creator of ToeHoe. Yeah. Soon the stream started. It was surreal and incredible to witness live performances of ToeHoe fan songs I had known since high school. I feel satisfied in life knowing I got to yell, "Help me, Iren," in real life. Marcy's piano performance was also extremely moving. The truth is, I learned about how to make music by learning how to play various video game songs by ear on the piano. And all of the first songs I learned how to play were ToeHoe music. Watching Marcy play Native Faith was like seeing an ultra-perfected version of my youth. Quite beautiful. At the end, a very brief wrap-up party with drinks, though Zune had already drunk 6 beers throughout the whole event. That is a trait I know about him, again from King for Another Day. He continued to drink on here. Meanwhile, I don't really drink, so I slammed 1 beer, instantly became very drunk, and started over-explaining how much I love ToeHoe to Cool and Create, who politely stood there and nodded. Afterwards, I drew on a large signboard along with Zune. I had trouble remembering my signature, even though it's just a bunch of lines, and Zune laughed and said, "He's really drunk, isn't he?" Ironically, the signing started happening because Zune wanted to sign something for Temmie. But she doesn't know that. Don't read this, Temmie. A guy called Beat Mario randomly hugged me from behind and made literally no reaction. Somebody around me said, "BL is beginning." It reminded me of being at an anime convention. Oh, right. This is Japanese for boy love. I remember. Afterwards, I signed many iPhones. Since I rarely make appearances, this is actually one of the only times I felt like I was seen as a celebrity. Though, I found it very ironic. "Hey, Zune, isn't this supposed to be your event?" I asked, but Zune said, "Hey, they're all used to me, so I guess I should appreciate the BL from behind while it still happens." Thank you, Donmaku, Kagura staff, and Zune. Nice. Sweet Captain KK? A message from Nell Now. Hello, it's Nell Now, creator designer in charge of Sweet Captain KK and Task Manager in Deltarune Chapter 2. Can't contain my surprise at how quickly 2 years have passed since Chapter 2 released. When Deltarune Chapter 1 was released, I was just one of the millions of fans of Toby's work. I remember so clearly how dumbstruck I felt after receiving a work request from Toby. I've been involved in a variety of design jobs, but the assignments I received for Deltarune were so much fun. It was the first time I'd had work where, from the very moment I read the assignment, my mind became filled with ideas one after another. I was asked to draw a character based on a boombox theme, so I gave Toby 3 designs to choose from. The truth is, I made other designs too, but that's a secret. To my surprise, in the end, he decided to use all 3, and I was delighted. And so I'm proud to announce that I was tasked with illustrating some new merch for this upbeat trio. Along with the merch, there's some new stickers. It'd be great if you could stick them on instrument speakers and other music-related gear to enjoy the sound together with them. As a small side note, it seems the trio's favorite musical genres are dubstep for Sweet, electro for KK, and hip-hop for Captain. Nice. Product copy, what? A certain company we work with sent this as a potential promotional text for some products of the characters from Undertale. With these products in your collection, you'll never explore the underground again. I'll never explore it again. What are they going to do to me? The end. It's a worm! Thanks, everyone. See you next year for the next Undertale anniversary. Worm? Is it rules? Alright. Oh, wait, there's more. Undertale Xbox Physical. Undertale physically came out for Xbox. Cool. I'm glad. Yeah, so that's all cool. It's interesting, because I did hear this story before about how originally there was just going to be one of these guys. And then there ended up being 3 of them. Makes me wonder how that scene would have progressed, where you learn R action and S action, if there was only one of them. Anyway, let's see what this song is about. This is probably going to be the most substantial part of the video when it comes to analysis. Yep, that's a sneaky song for sure. It kind of sounds like it's probably for, like, the Shadow Men section. I would have to imagine. Which makes sense. Huh? I am hearing that right? Yeah, no, definitely. That's Lost Girl. What? Hold on. Stealth legislation in the game. Okay. So it's not necessarily from Chapter 3. But this is... It kind of sounds like it was in Chapter 3. What the hell? I think this is the one I was using, yeah. Well, now that's very, very interesting. Because this means one of two things. Because that definitely sounds like the Shadow Men, right? It's got the same vibe as... And the same sax as well as, like, My Funky Town. Which includes the Shadow Men. So I imagine that's probably why it sounds so similar. Ah, okay. If this is in Chapter 3, then that means something Noel Des related is in Chapter 3 somehow. Which, like, how... how could that be? And why would we be sneaking around it? Unless... Actually... Wait. This could actually make a lot of sense. Okay. What if when Toriel... I don't know. I'd have to look up the Toriel dialogue. Hold on. Let me just... There. I'll leave you on this screen. Here we go. Okay, let's see what she says. She says, "Thank goodness I finally got someone. I thought I saw someone prowling outside. When I checked on it, looked like they'd slashed our tires. Officer, if you could please come over. You will soon? Thank you." Okay. So it's not specific as to who's coming over, which we kind of knew. But all she says is officer. What if the person who's actually coming over isn't Undyne or Napstablook? What if it's Mayor Holiday? Because, like, there's a bunch of lines in Chapter 1 and 2 about Mayor Holiday essentially invalidating the police force. So perhaps she even has, like, the line for the police, like, 911 going directly to her? Maybe? That would be the only reason I could see Lost Girl somehow appearing in this chapter, if it's in Chapter 3. But if it's in Chapter 4, then that's even weirder in a way. Or like 4 or 5. Because that means the Shadow Men aren't from Chapter 3. Maybe. Which actually does a huge amount of legwork for my theory that Ralsei isn't going to be in this chapter. Because I was going to mention, oh, Ralsei's in this little sneaking section, so I guess he is in Chapter 3. Unless this doesn't come from Chapter 3, and that means the Shadow Men don't come from Chapter 3, which means the only other Ralsei appearance in any of this pre-release stuff of Ralsei is from something that might not actually be from Chapter 3. That's very interesting. I mean, I'm basically assuming that off of entirely just this sounds like the Shadow Men to me. And it's got the same saxophone, like, here. Like, that's the same saxophone. It's very interesting. What? Okay. And it would make sense if it was Mayor Holiday in Chapter 3, because that would give us good reason to actually want to sneak around her, because she's way intense. I could see it maybe in future chapters if, like, Noelle is having, like, a touching moment with her father, and we're trying to sneak around her so that we don't interrupt it. But then, like, why? Why is it lost, girl? That's so weird. Can you imagine if Chapter 3 just introduces Des and it's, like, not a big deal? That would be so funny. After all of this speculation, she's just, like, been here the whole time. Somehow. That would be crazy. Yeah, wow. I don't know what to think about that. You got something Deltarune theory out of me. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Well, see you next 3 months for another newsletter. I have a Deltarune theory coming out next week, by the way. I wasn't planning on having it come out so soon, but copyright on something else I was doing is being a butt. So you get another Deltarune theory. So I'm sure you won't complain on Wednesday next week if you're watching this concurrently with when it was actually posted. Okay, bye.